For those who are not as familiar with virtuals, how would you describe what's going on there in basically one sentence?
Is it, just before you start, is it worth us bringing it up on screen and then maybe you can talk to it that way so people who are tuning in via video might be able to see it?
So bring what on screen?
So we can share. So we can share it on screen, and then just so people have got a visual.
Okay. Got it. Okay. Yeah. So in one sentence, Virtuals is basically a platform for the co-creation and the co-ownership of AI agents. So two keywords there, right? Co-creation and the co-ownership. So the co-ownership part is actually very simple, right? It's basically owning tokens of these agents, which have future upside. Right? These agents can be a KOL, it can be a gamer, it can be a trader, right? So these are what these agents can be. So you want to share into their upside. On the other hand, there's a co-creation component. So if you notice under the contribution tab and the validation tab, you see like some Misato summary, contribution, validation, right? You will be able to realize that anyone can actually contribute to these agents. And what we've developed behind the scenes is an entire smart contract stack that allow for different people to contribute different things to these different agents. And then having a layer where token holders can actually choose to accept or reject some of these upgrades. So there's this whole cohesive force of people building agents together and sharing into the upside together.
Super interesting. I think I guess so just because I think we were going to look to maybe launch an KOL at one point, but I was having a look at the steeper curve, and I think it was 125k virtual, which was around about 50k at the time. So we kind of like second guessed it. Okay, maybe not. But just you launched a more recent one. I think it was late last week. So was it fun.virtual? Could you explain maybe how that differs from this specific protocol, and then how that new product is kind of maybe more retail friendly?
Yeah, so when we launched Virtual, I think within the first 2 days of launching, we got a lot of feedback. Initially, our initial pools were like, there's two pools. One is we actually initially priced them as like a 100 USD LP pool and a 10,000 USD LP pool, so two different steep curves. But I think Virtuals did a price run, so then yeah, the prices got a bit wonky. But I think the biggest problem that we had with that launch was two things. One, people had to cough up capital, right? A lot of capital to provide liquidity in the pool. And two, there were a ton of snipers screwing up the entire launches. So when people wanted to come and launch, there were so many snipers coming in. And then when your actual committee comes in, it becomes exit liquidity for those early snipers. So then we've realized like, actually this problem has been solved by the pump fund guys on Solana, right? They created a bonding curve first. Anyone can start a token, zero cost. And then only after X amount of buys happen, then the token will then graduate from the bonding curve into an actual liquidity pool on chain. So we took the exact same concept in 2 days. We deployed that as a fix onto the platform. And yeah, basically now anyone could create an agent with just, I think 10 virtuals, about $3 to $4. You can just spam create agents, right? All you need to do at the start is very simple. You just give it a character card. Behind the scenes, we give it a base LLM already, so you can actually just start talking to it and to see whether this works. But the real beauty around these agents is when it graduates, it gets access to the Virtuals platform stack, right? It gets access to more functionalities. It gets access to hosting, meaning that you can create your own functional stack. Let's say I want to be a trader agent, right? And you create that functional stack, bring it to the agent, and then suddenly this becomes an agent that can trade. So not just a coin that can talk, it becomes an agent that can actually do stuff in the real world.